Now, recently, I went in and I watched a movie. The movie is called Den of Thieves 2. Now, the first one was pretty good. I went and watched it prior to going and watching the new movie. So, I knew what I was getting into. The first movie was pretty action based, where this one is not as action based. It was very informational to the first one. It kind of gave more backstory to it than you know, than having all the action scenes and whatnot. But it was very gripping when you started getting into the higher end parts of the movie. Of course, I'm not trying to spoil it or anything like that. It does take place a little bit after the first one. Um, so the if you've ever watched the first one, which I hope you did, big spoiler warnings if you did not. Uh, if you did watch the first movie, you know that at the end you have the main villain or the main entity uh, move over to Europe and, of course, get intrigued by a diamond company. In the beginning of the new movie, they're heisting the diamonds off of a plane. So it doesn't take. I mean, it's not directly after it, but it is probably like a year or two after it. So it's not too bad. Um, of course, the main detective is was pretty interested in the case, and he he went for it. No, it did keep me on the edge of my seat for most of it, mainly because a lot of it was very tension heavy when it came towards the middle of the movie. Um, which I think that was probably one of the better parts was the tension of, okay, what's going to happen? Are they going to make it? What happens if, so and so gets there or whatnot, or what happens if the time runs out? How are they going to get in? How are they going to do this? So it was a very good movie, and it does explain a lot of why the main villain of the first movie did what he did. You kind of get a better understanding of it. So it was definitely something I would go and rewatch again if I had to. So I would give it like an 8 out of 10 for the most part. And 8 out of 10 is not great, but it's not the worst it could ever be. There was another movie. God, I can't remember what the other one was. I think it was Nosferatu that I went and saw, and I probably wouldn't go and watch that again. It was okay, but it wasn't anything special in my opinion. So 8 out of 10, it's pretty good. I mean, I'd be willing to go and rewatch it in the theater. I'd be willing to go and like, enjoy it again and with a different set of eyes on what was happening and stuff like that. I still think it definitely did heisting better than the newer Fast and Furious movies, which I wasn't a big fan of. And when I mean newer, I mean anything past like five. It just kind of fell off after that. It wasn't as good, and the story kind of went from more of, okay, well, we're going to do small town things to we're gonna do like large scale super sci-fi whatnots, where this one is it's very true to the first movie, where it's, okay, we have this guy here, he's going to go and do this, how are we going to get in, how are we going to stop him, so on and so forth. It was very good.